Moving along, enjoy your stay, guys. This is something I wasn't aware of. That and apparently, according to ICE, they've done this forever and a day, but hotels, right? A lot of American hotel chains are actually being used by ICE,
to house detainees.
Immigration Custom Enforcement, to house detainees, like you said, right? Yeah. So, that's one thing, and you touched on it earlier, Mike Mizzel, was this corporate factor in this, right? Yeah. This making of the money, right?
Yeah.
But what's tricky about this, or not even tricky, but I guess disgusting about this, is that in July of this year, 2019, a lot of these chains spoke out against us, denounced it, said this is not what we about.
It's in their policy.
They're like, hotels are for family vacations and hooker rendezvous, okay? And that's about it, right? It's not about this detaining.
Too bad Shang's missing this episode.
Right. Yeah. It's not about detention of immigrants, right? It's these hotel experiences should be this American family experience.
No, exactly.
So they said, we are not going to allow this in our not in the choice hotels.
Yeah.
Not if I have a choice, goddamn.
Exactly.
And then 2-3 months later.
And then we find out that Dora the Explorer's in the basement.
Right there, not exploring shit.
Yeah.
No.
She's locked up against her will.
She explores a cell.
She's being held there against her will.
And once again, it's capital. It's capital. We can say anything we'll say whatever we have to say to make sure that people are still checking into these hotels and to make sure we meet our bottom line. But at the same time, the people that own the hotels are like, well, we want to hide refugees in the basement. We want to hide detainees in the basement. ICE pulls up a truck to the hotel, dumps a bunch of people off. They come in. You think this is the new housekeeping team? They're not. They go in the basement, never be seen again. And they'll go out and just lie to your face and be like, yo.
One of the awful things that ISIS was saying about this, and obviously it seems like they didn't realize what they were actually saying, but they're like, they're using a lot of these hotels to house children who are alone. And I'm like, well, how are these children alone?
Yeah,
this 12-year-old just picked up from Guatemala and just decided to move? Like, no, motherfucker, she's alone because of your shit. Because you're separating people at the border. So let's address that.
You took her parents, wrapped them in chalupa papers, and rolled them up into a cell somewhere, and then you dropped them off at a random hotel. God knows why. Well, we know why, because we know why they did.
This past August and September, Cassie Dang, Mike Mizzel, let me tell you where some of these detainees were being held. At the Best Western Plus Dragon Gate Inn in Los Angeles' Chinatown. Nigga, if that don't sound like a trafficking place, what the Best Western Plus Dragon Gate Inn? Nigga, that is Golden Child. I want the knife.
In the container in the back of the building.
That is, they have Hare Krishna midgets in the basement. The dragon, once you get to Dragon Gate Inn, nigga, there is blood in the oatmeal. Okay?
When they say steel cut oatmeal, they meant it. It was the Dragon Gate Inn. Like, that sounds like.
I'm getting my Ajanti dagger and I'm coming down to that motherfucker and I'm freeing all them motherfuckers. Like seriously, bro. In Los Angeles' Chinatown, if you're not from LA, if you're not in, bro, listen. Ain't nothing going down at the Chinatown Inn but some illegal trafficking of human meat. You understand me?
That's why I stay at the Mustang. Because they might be smoking meth. Ain't no babies in the basement.
I personally prefer the Snooty Fox because you get a discount on your third stay. Ask for Coco.
I better stay away from that area.
The Best Western. When I read that, I was like, bro, they are trafficking these. They're trafficking some of these kids, right? Like this is.
Yeah, exactly.
It can't.
Or molesting, or
all of it.
All of it.
All of it. Oh, that's the only reason. That's the only reason to separate children from their parents and put the parents in encampments, wrapped in
chains and foil.
And then, and foil, and then take the kids and be like, hey, take them over to the Dragon Gate. Bruh.
Ask for Madam Jade.
Yeah, like, come on, bro. Like, come on, dude, come on.
Sorry, it's in Chinatown, Cassie,
I
so they
know.
made it. They did it. Not
Jade is
me.
my middle name.
Is it?
Sorry.
I don't run any.
She always does rush out of here after the show.
Who else was it? Anybody else? Or
What?
Was that the headquarters?
Oh no, that was just one of the you know,
It's a
and
plus.
it goes from
It was a
choice.
plus.
Yeah,
It was
they have a
plus.
business
But
center.
it's Best Westerns, Choice Inns, Hampton Inns.
You get a free gym.
It's like these motels that,
Yeah.
especially as comics, when you travel around, it's like, and that's a whole other thing. It's like,
Yeah.
I don't even want to get paid to stay there, let
Right.
alone be
Yeah.
detained against my
You
will.
Like the housekeeper's 6 years old.
Yeah.
All right, something new going on here.
But I think the most important, all jokes aside, factor to latch onto is this corporate element of it,
Yeah, absolutely.
where there is, despite the immorality of any of these actions,
Right.
there's this slice to be cut off for you if you just do this. If we just rent us this block of rooms, like.
No, if you don't do it, then you won't get the convention, and you won't get the ski trip, and you'll lose. Like, do what you gotta do. It's a give, like you said, it's a give and take, and it's like if you don't do it, oh, that's okay, then don't do it. But guess what? You won't get anything else either, and then you'll be out of business.
But also, it is in and of itself a real slice of business, right? Like it's like you're saying, like the profit prisons,
it's a
right?
head count.
It becomes that. It becomes a detention center.
How much do you think they get paid for using the prison cells?
Even if it's just the room rate, right? It's a booking. It's bookings that they wouldn't have had.
I read somewhere they were getting like $490 per.
Dog, hey, the Dragon Inn ain't worth no fuck. Neither is the girl. God damn
What's
it.
that about? Like, wait a minute now. $494 for the Dragon Inn. I could have stayed at the Dream. You could have locked me at the bottom of the W.
We be at the highlight room
Yeah.
sipping.
Right.
So I mean,
But it's horrible across the board, but it just goes to show you that it's just that when it comes to evil, just follow the money. If you follow the money, you'll find out exactly who's in cahoots with who.
Because Choice Hotels, you know that after you make this announcement that we're not going to stand for this and our hotels aren't for this,
Yeah, that's the worst part though.
you know
That's
who's booking those rooms. You know who is booking these rooms.
That was the worst part. You went out in front of the hotel with a whole crew full of Mexican cameramen and said that you were totally against harboring detainees in the hotel, and there was like a whole container in the back.
Technically, they're not in the hotel.
Right, like that was a whole quinceañera going on in the basement. And like that's just like,
Bro.
yeah, well, hey, welcome to capitalism.
So that's an immigration issue. That's one side of it. Another side that doesn't help the immigrants' argument is this recent violence in Mexico.
Yeah.
So we recently had 9 people who were killed, others injured in Mexico, traveling between 2 towns, 2 territories. Okay, so there's a lot of layers to this story for me, right?
Yeah, it is. It's tragic across the board.
It is absolutely tragic, and here at Savage as Fuck, we never celebrate the loss of life unless you're a dickhead.
Or a micro penis.
Or a micro penis, which means you're not a dickhead. You literally don't have a dickhead. But I do always think that Mormons are weird. So I'm like, what the fuck were the Mormons doing there? Like that's just kind of my first question. Just like, not that they deserved anything, but they were is this group from the Church of Latter-day Saints, and it seems like they were part of like pretty much an extended family. Right. Which is kind of what, for me, Mormonism is. It's just
Maybe.
where polygamists go to pray. It's like, you know what I mean? Like, I need more than one bitch, and this is my God.
Church for your sister wives.
Yeah, that's what they do. But then obviously, what this spins to is drug violence, right? So it's believed that this family was killed as part of a mistaken identity in a drug war beef. They're rolling in black SUVs through the countryside. I guess they got mistaken for.
Okay, so let's deal with that. Right?
Why were they in black SUVs?
So this community's been there
weird.
forever. living.
They were ostracized from the main
From the
Church of
main
Latter-day
thing,
Saints,
right.
the main
So
Mormon church.
So they've set up their encampment, their little compound, their community on the outskirts, and nobody's bothering them. They're coming. You know, I mean, I can say nobody's bothering, but we haven't heard of this incident before. And then all of a sudden, a family of them,
Women, children, men.
women and children, are leaving in a
Caravan.
caravan of black SUVs, and they were like, "Oh, maybe it was mistaken identity." You think fucking so? You think the Mexicans saw like 6 Escalades back to back? They was gonna be like, "Oh, those are the orphans going to the U.S."
That's
But
just the
maybe-
Johnsons.
But it was like a cartel, so maybe they thought that it was someone that they were targeting as a cartel.
What?
No,
Right?
so you're saying, as Mormons, why roll around looking like cartel?
You guys have been rocking. You've been rocking over there for all this time, moving around, however you moving around, and then all of a sudden, like 6 black Escalades just roll out. Like,
Yeah.
come on, bro. Like somebody did something. Something's going on.
You're saying get the Yaris when you rent.
I mean,
right?
I mean,
Maybe they're just using Uber X.
Surge rate.
But yeah, but I'm just saying either the cartel either cartel has information that we didn't have, that there may have been people that were not supposed to be in that community, that were trying to leave that community and go back to the United States under the guise of, you know what I mean?
So they may have been helping somebody escape cartel's clutches.
The cartel either thought that maybe there was some intelligence agencies involved in this situation that may have been trying to, do something nefarious over in Mexico, or they could have just saw 6 Escalades and was
They'd be like,
yo,
we lighting this up.
that
It don't look right. Who that?
Yeah, whoever thought this was a good idea was going to go ahead.
Who that? You know what I mean?
In the train, I can't mess up this word. What is this group of cars?
Caravan.
Caravan.
There you go.
I don't know, some caravan is just wrong. I would not call it a caravan. But in this caravan, they set one car on fire.
Yeah.
You know, so that seems very specific.
After they would have obviously known it was filled with children.
Yeah,
and
period.
women,
But I'm
like-
saying, exactly. I mean, they don't know who's in there. Okay.
Yeah.
So, and I think maybe I don't know. You know, conspiracy theory.
Yeah, no,
maybe,
yeah.
Maybe, maybe they put a bunch of kids in there thinking like, oh, they say, look, it's just a bunch of kids, and they was like, nope, where's that car? Doused it.
Yeah.
We know who this was. You know what I mean?
So we don't know. So I don't want to speculate too much on that, but I will say it's interesting. You mentioned government agencies. So obviously, immediately Trumpy Dumpty wants to sit on his wall and now watch over Mexico and intervene and start up some new war on drugs.
Meanwhile,
because the first one worked so well.
Meanwhile, they're literally buying the $100 buzzsaws and putting like a specialized blade on them, and they're cutting through the poles in the wall, and pushing the pole, because the pole is only connected at one point at the top.
Hilarious.
It's literally like a grandfather clock. So they're cutting. It's literally $100 saw from Home Depot. They cut through the rebar, push it to the side, and pass the drugs through the gate.
Awesome.
Yeah, obviously, it's like we know how to get over through walls.
Yeah.
This isn't like an Acme cartoon.
Yeah, exactly.
Like this isn't Looney Tunes.
Exactly, and it's Mexico. Like what if we just build a staircase on our side?
And by the way, it is Mexico, and the Mexican president was like, "Nah, bro, we good.
Yeah,
we don't need your intervention,
He's
America."
been more honest than anybody, because he told y'all he wasn't paying for the wall, and he didn't.
Yep, and then and
The
he's
fucking wall, I think he said.
He did,
And
and
he-
he raised the price of avocados. Like,
take that one.
that.
Pick your own
Ouch.
fruit, bitches.
Okay.
Well, at least Trump has to now recognize that there's a difference between the cartel and the government, because before he was just generally saying Mexico.
Like we
Mexico
need to-
are criminals and rapists and things like that.
They're all the same people.
I'm pretty
Right.
sure he has not made that distinction
No,
yet.
no. He's
It
like-
probably helped to solidify. See, look at all of them.
Right. He probably like he says it with 2 S's, 2 Mexicans.
Mexicans.
The Mexicans.
Made a Mexicans. They made a Mexicans.
Yeah,
Get it?
exactly.
Get it? Get it? Okay.
So he went, in pulling out of Syria in one place, he now wants to invade Mexico to help with the drug war.
Yeah, he pulled out of everything except for that prostitute.
When you think about the amount of cocaine he's probably
Which one?
purchased in his lifetime, either for himself or
Bro.
prostitutes or whoever,
Yeah.
he's added to the drug war more than any of these cartels.
All he could get out was Barron.
Oh, you could what?
All he could get out was Barron.
Not gonna hit the kids. Savage as fuck is for the kids, y'all. If you're just tuning in, I am Black Pedro. We have super producer Cassie Dang in the house. Also our special guest, comedian, actor, writer extraordinaire, Mr. Mike Mizzel in the building. So speaking of Trumpty Dumpty, I like to call him Trumpty Dumpty because he sits on his wall. You see it. New poll from I believe it's from MSNBC and Newsweek, but they basically have everybody ahead of him now.
Yeah.
They got Biden, Warren, Sanders, Harris. It's basically like anybody could beat everybody.
Rudolph, Wimpy, everybody.
So
everybody's in front of him.
Wimpy, he was glad you pay you Tuesday.
Everybody's in front of him, bro. Like it's everybody's in front of him because you can't keep pretending like this stuff's not happening. You can't just keep acting like this is not happening.
I will say though, info like this. Okay, so first of all, it's really really early,
right.
and experts say that this is kind of really too early for a poll like this, for us to really sink our teeth into it and believe.
It's 1 year, right?
But I
1
think
year
it does.
away.
I think it is speaking towards a trend.
Right.
They say after the holidays we can look for more sort of reliable, credible polls. But what really actually worries me about this is I think it plants this seed, this thing that happened to us in 2016 of, there's no way we can lose to this.
Yeah.
Like, bro, pick anybody's gonna beat. Like, there's no way he's gonna beat Harris. He's got Sanders out there. Anyway, I feel like that's it's a dangerous space to lead the Democratic voter bloc into, or even the DNC itself or the Democratic Party, right? That they can get into this space of we got this, which is I definitely think what Hillary's campaign fell victim to is a we got this mentality. Ain't no way they can. He's never gonna.
Right.
And then you fuck yourself. It's the rabbit, the tortoise, and the hare. And she was the hare and took a nap.
Yeah.
And he tortoised right by her.
I don't know because if for that narrative to work, you have to rule out the interference. You know what I mean? Because she was campaigning on the campaign. He had a secret server somewhere like, yo, go get him. So
well, okay. So in reality, there's no evidence that Russians influenced or manipulated votes, which is to say they didn't actually manipulate ballots or machines. What they did do is they used Facebook and other social media platforms to influence voters.
No, the intelligence community said that they actually hacked into like 18 different ballot locations.
Okay.
So they're
and I'm not going to argue with. I'm not going to say that didn't happen.
There was insinuation that they may have actually affected votes.
Okay.
But
the hard evidence is that they use the social media
social
space
media
to influence voters. And I will put it on the Hillary campaign that she didn't go to
she didn't campaign in
Michigan
major spots.
or Wisconsin, two states that got
that
flipped.
does speak to your point that she thought she had it in the bag.
They thought they had it in the bag.
Yeah.
That I think whatever polling numbers they were looking at told them they had this.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
So I just don't want the party to fall, the DNC to fall into that space, or the voters themselves to be like, I don't need to go out because we got this.
But how do you feel about the people who keep saying that, he's going to win again? Like they're just so sure that they know better.
They're just fear mongers. I think they're so terrified of hope. You know what I mean? I think they're so afraid to be hopeful because they want to look a certain type of way. They don't want to get their hopes up. And then he does win again. So I think it's just easier for people to be like, you know what? It's rigged, and he's gonna be there again. And I think that that's just them not having any hope.
Do you think that's harmful?
Well, I mean, I absolutely think that he has a very, very, very high chance of winning again, right? I believe that. And I'm just saying that to say that we need to be active to get out there to counteract that, to not sit back on our laurels and be like, well, there's no way. The shit's getting crazier. And his base is holding on like it's a fucking life preserver
There's always a chance.
in the ocean. Like, no, I mean, like, with foreign factors involved and other things, it's known that both Iran and Russia now, Facebook have found, are trying to actively in this 2020 election are trying to do this. So there are factors outside of the American vote, the Electoral College, which the Republicans manipulate very, very well. That can get him back in there.
Redesigning districts so that they can keep
gerrymandering is a big part of their.
So it's like I get it, but at the same time, I'm just like, I have a bigger issue with the fact that we really don't have a superstar Democrat. That bothers me more than all of those elements combined. Is that we don't have anybody that is really like, you know what I mean, like that a superstar candidate that's like, yeah, you could get them. You know what I mean?
So I'm hoping that a byproduct of the Ukraine thing is this diminishing, and it looks like it already has diminished Joe Biden, because to me he's old brand politics that while it makes a lot of the Democratic base comfortable, we really need the swing vote.
Right.
So we need somebody. That's why they swung to Trump, because the DNC gave them Hillary, and they were like, we don't want that brand. They wanted Bernie, right? Yeah. They wanted that voice. So we need to give them the DNC needs to give them one of those. And I was concerned at the beginning because it looked like they were pushing Joe, pushing old brand.
Well, they were, but yeah.
So I'm hoping the Ukraine takes him out of the race. Yeah. To be honest.
I think for me, the Democrats they're just too fucking soft. Like, call a spade a spade. Like, you're campaigning. Like, it's okay to say he's lying. They always find these little speaking points and these little, like, he was very untruthful. No, he's lying through his damn teeth. Like, say it. Joe Biden, his whole family, he attacked your whole entire family, and not until somebody brought it up did it become a strategy to fight back and defend your family, defend your son. Right. I mean, he attacked your deceased son.
Yo, motherfucking see, son.
He attacked everybody in your family, and you were like still playing like softball politics.
It's that Michelle Obama, when they go low, we go high concept. No, it's like we can't do that anymore.
Say something about Michelle Obama. Michelle gonna go high. But you gonna get, trust me,
she gonna get that south side. She gonna go south side on you, right?
Get buried. You ain't get robbed. You're gonna get buried. Yeah. So I just feel like nobody's like, who we gonna vote for? Cory Booker? You vote for?
No. He's a Obama light to me.
Obama light. I feel like Biden is just
no, that's dead. That's dead issue to me. I'm Elizabeth Warren, Bernie Sanders camp.
Yeah, he's not gonna. But which one?
Even
keel, like it's like that's now. I feel like it's just more dividing the vote because they're so.
If they combine on the ticket, then I'm happy in either order. But at this point, I am jumping on the Elizabeth bandwagon. I was a hardcore Bernie dude. Yeah. But I feel like his specific window was last time.
Right.
And I want to see. I think Elizabeth Warren is that other thing, like she's really outside of the mainstream politics in terms of a lot of her ideology.
I feel like they poison her coffee.
But we'd have to know who the Secretary of State is.
I feel like
she's at that podium
I feel like they just poison her coffee week two.
And then
what I mean? I feel like Bernie just has a little bit more of a track record.
But he definitely does. No question.
But he's also losing me on some of these. On some of this stuff too. So anyway,
we'd have to know who the whole cabinet is, because just like assuming that we're gonna have to go through a few deaths in that term.
In that time.
So we'll have to know who the
I don't even know.
Well, they get to appoint them, so we'd have to figure out when they can. If they were to go on the ticket, they'd have to campaign. We'd also have these people in our cabinet, It's like young people like AOC or some shit. People who will live
or
throughout
some of the
this
other
term.
If somebody scooped up Andrew Yang as their economic advisor, something like that, or somewhere in that area.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, how about
Ben Glebe?
How about we just make an all-star
Super Friends, Super Friends ticket.
Turn it to the damn Avengers, right? Everybody
with our powers combined. mind.
Yeah,
We turn the White House
powers.
into the
And
Justice League,
To the Justice League, and fucking
Literally.
take out fucking orange.
the Legion of Doom.
Orange therapy, whatever.
Right.
Agent Orange.
Right.
Whatever.
The Orange Lantern is what he would
Yeah,
be.
like,
Yeah.
I don't. I'm not hearing a lot. I'm not hearing a lot of campaign points. I'm hearing a whole lot of, what's wrong with Trump, and it's like.
I've been saying that too. I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
distinguish
we're-
yourselves from each other. All the ones who are like, we have to defeat Trump. It's
Yeah.
like, well, no shit, dickhead, you're a Democrat and he's a
Yeah.
Republican.
Yeah.
Like, that's
And
like
then it's
the
just-
Raiders being like, we got to beat New England. Yeah, nigga, that's the
obviously,
point.
right? So it's like, for me, it's like the Clippers and the Lakers. Like, you know what I mean? You got like Warren and you got like,
Sanders.
and it's like, bro, it's the same team. I mean, it's like, you know what I mean?
They're sharing the same arena.
Yeah, y'all sharing the same
But
arena.
really, it's
like,
the Lakers' house.
Yeah, I mean, if you say so.
I'm not either
But,
team.
yeah, and it's like, and then like even with Yang is like, he's like, Medicare for all, healthcare for all. And-
$1,000 for all.
But then he's also pushing private insurance. So it's just like, well, which one is it? And he's like, it's both. You can have Medicare for all, and then you can have these private. No, then you're still in the pockets of private. Then you're still in the pockets of big pharma.
I think, well, I don't know. I think people need an option. I think what people are looking for is that choice, is the ability to either be covered by the government to this basic care that makes us human beings, that we can take care of each other, and then if you want fancier care or the massage or whatever, then you buy into some other
The
thing.
14 karat goat liver.
Yeah, exactly.
Go with
Exactly.
Procor. Like, yeah, it's
Exactly.
gonna be like Terminator in a minute. It's gonna be like Skynet.
But whatever it's going to be, right? It's going to be up to us, and it's going to be up to us getting out and voting.
Yeah.
Which is actually happening today, right now in this country. There are elections occurring in some key states. We got Kentucky, Mississippi, and Virginia. So this is in the South, as they call it.
Ouch.
Yeah, one of them places.
Yeah.
I believe Kentucky and Mississippi are having gubernatorial races.
They are.
So
They
the Democrats are looking to unseat a couple of Republican governors,
Right.
which would help with balances of power,
Yeah.
both in those states and nationwide, really. And then in Virginia, you got some state congressional races in which some Senate and representative seats are up. And they're really close there. It's like a 49-51 in the Senate.
Yeah.
The Republicans have control, and so it's one or two seats that the Democrats are just fighting, and they can flip control. In Virginia there.
Yeah, and they also too they're trying to look at this as a litmus for like where kind of how things are going to go
Next year.
For next year.
Yeah, I mean it's coming off the 2018 blue wave, the 2018 sort of blue wave where you got your AOCs and your Rashid Tlaibs and things like that. Progressive younger Democrats. We're looking to see can we keep that wave going, and it'll be key in places like I said. These are Bible Belt, conservative. These are red state places. All three of us would be very uncomfortable riding through the backwoods.
I'm good.
White people love me.
Yeah.
White people love me.
Well,
We definitely need you.
apparently Black Pedro will just be the only one in the tree, just all by himself. It's a little Negro ornament just hanging by. No, but so
I would say-
first of all, we gotta say get out there and vote. If you guys are watching in Kentucky, Mississippi, Virginia, even though it's on the East Coast time, the polls might still be open. I know in Western Kentucky they still are. So get out there and vote, guys. All right, that's important.
Or else Shang will do something to you.
And it'll involve
Hookers and
involuntary
babies.
sex, and some kind of animal violating you.
And probably your ass.
Seriously,
Yeah.
definitely your ass, for sure. So, where do you think we're going, Mike Mizzel? Do you see the wave continuing? Do you think that coming into 2020 we're gonna get some more seats back? That we're gonna actually flip the White House?
You know what? I just feel like back to my point. If they step up, if the Democrats step up, if they speak up, if they campaign on the topics and not ride this impeachment wave, then it will give people some more. It will give people more information to base their vote off of. Because right now you're saying like go. Because what you're saying now is vote partisan politics.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's just like, hey, just vote Democrat. It's like, well, I don't know if that really speaks to what I want, and then I don't know what some of these people stand for. So for me, it's gonna be I'm gonna need them to step their game up. You know what I mean? And get some more information out there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And stop waiting for these. Stop waiting for these. For the debates, like you know what I mean? Like get some town hall meetings. Get some get some Facebook forums. Get
Instagram
meet
Live.
the places that they are already at, and give us so that way when you're on television and you're doing your talking points and you're all about because at the end of the day, a lot of people have to go and then be a part of this this jury for the impeachment. Once the impeachment, if the impeachment moves forward, that's going to take you off the campaign trail and put you into a
Back to doing the job.
Back to doing your job. So if you don't have your point across now, and that drags out until election time,
November.
then what do I know about you?
Right.
You know.
Yeah, and that's why I think it is a waste of time to bash Trump so much at this point. You know,
He does a good job of tearing himself to pieces.
Yeah,
So let him talk. You know, every time y'all respond to it, y'all give his base a reason to doubt why all this stuff is happening. Just let him talk, let him run his mouth, let him keep tweeting. You know what I mean, and that whole thing, and then it's gonna be what's gonna be like.
I mean, I think it's a lot of it is intentional because it's politics, and so when you make a decision and you endorse a position on any type of issue or bill or concern, then it's hard to go back.
But you can though. That's another big issue. Like you can change your mind.
Yes.
Obama did it.
Yeah,
Obama
you can
did.
be all for you can be
Gay marriage. He was against gay marriage in the first thing, and then for it the next.
You can be for whatever you were for until you're not for it
I will say this to your point about the Democrats needing to stay on topic. I think they do have a real opportunity to steal back that swing vote that a lot of it lied in that labor lane where it's the coal miner, auto factory
Farmers.
worker, farmers, the hands-on men and women of America, right? America, those people who hated the corporate Hillary and all of that stuff, and Trump was able to tell them all the things that they wanted and needed to hear. I think that those people are in a real position now, 3 years into his administration, to see the failure of his policies, because these are the people who have been affected the most, right? General Motors is closing plants, Ford is as well. You got farmers stacked up with soybeans now because they can't get them out to China.
GM almost went under again.
Yeah, I mean they're closing 5 facilities. Jobs are going.
Anytime somebody tell you we're gonna bring back the coal industry,
Right.
Tell them what they want to hear.
yeah, if you bought that, then you should
That's
be.
very silly.
But even with the steel, like with the tariffs on China, and then the steel industry was impacted. Then Harley Davidson's now like.
It's a bunch of stuff. Agriculture, production.
Everything he promised to do, he basically reneged on.
And so the Democrats really, really, really have an opportunity to speak to those people and to say honest things like, "Look, are you any better?"
And even more so, where we're going. Like a lot of industries that didn't get hit by this election are going to get hit in the next one. Like, because you got a lot of trucking companies that are going to go autonomous. You know what I mean? So a lot of those truck drivers and those different people, you gotta get there. You gotta talk to them. Like, you wanna go to Popeyes. There's a lot of people in Popeyes. Just go to Popeyes and get the vote.
Too goddamn many people.
Don't get stabbed.
Yeah, go to Popeyes and get the vote out, because that's where everybody's at. You're trying to figure out where everybody's at. They're in Popeyes. Go and get you a sandwich.
Yeah, come up with a chicken sandwich, DNC.
No, go to Popeyes, buy
all the chicken sandwiches.
Look, you can buy fuck campaign and fuck a tour bus. Go to Popeyes, spend about $4,000, buy all the sandwiches.
That's 6 million sandwiches.
And give them out to people, and guess what? You'll be trending by tomorrow morning. You'll be on Twitter like, Buttigieg bought all the sandwiches and gave them out. He's winning.
Yeah, they said.
Too bad Beto didn't think of that.
Yeah, they got us. Yeah, well, too bad. Too late. Yeah, but they gotta step it up. Like they gotta step.
Well,
it
they
up.
got to get better at. I think, you know, to their credit, Republicans are fantastic, especially when it's a goddamn lie, of getting the same message across.
The united
They
front.
will say the exact same phrase. It's like these motherfuckers get an email, a note under their door, a sticky, and it says, "We are saying this."
These are the same
phrase.
war tactics since the Civil War.
Yeah,
They've been doing exactly the same
they're
thing.
definitely
It's always
front.
a united
They're
front.
definitely united front. And then like too, like it's so much.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it's amazing. I love it.
You know it's going to be amazing?
What?
Next week, Disney Plus is coming out, guys. Yeah!
Another plus.
Another subscription.
Another
you
plus for
joining in?
children.
$7 a month?
No.
You're not getting it?
No.
All your Marvel. All your Star Wars,
Nah,
dog.
but Star Wars, the new
Frozen 2.
The new Star Wars sucks. The
Pixar. Toy Story 8.
Scorsese and George Lucas both are tremendously disappointed with what they're doing with the Marvel franchise. So, I'm good.
I get it.
I'm good. Plus, I got Fire Stick, so I'll get it anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what it really is.
Yeah, that's what it is. Why would I
Yeah.
pay for that when I have Fire Stick?
Right.
They promised that they weren't going to have any commercials on the Disney Plus.
That was a lie.
Well, you know, they're going to have the first, I guess, week or so. They're going to have one time. Why you complain? Don't change the channel. It's a one time ad, baby. It's for the Star Wars, the Awakening.
You'll get over it.
It's for don't worry.
But it's like HBO. HBO also doesn't have commercials.
It's just like
but they have
but
their
inside
own
there.
commercials.
Yeah, well, in production, they're called interstitials.
Interstitials.
Yeah.
It's like
It's
a
for
little-
the
It's a
Yeah.
little,
the station
it's a
itself.
little station identification in between, sponsored by
Yeah.
somebody else.
Oh, you like HBO? Well, watch this on HBO
Right.
too.
Commercial, yeah. No, now they're like, so basically, the Disney situation is that they have to advertise stars.
Because they had a contract
There's a contract
prior to
prior
this
to
Disney Plus
the
deal.
exclusivity deal. So they're like, we don't have any commercials. Stars. Oh, what was that? That was a commercial. That was a thing.
It's just for the movie The Force Awakens, Star Wars
That's
The
it,
Force
yeah,
Awakens.
yeah,
But yeah,
then
there's one of those
after
glitches
that,
of the.
They're not supposed to have any commercial, but I'm not buying it.
So we're not getting on another platform. I kind of this one I kind of want to, man, just for the Star Wars, for the Marvels.
No,
Hey, but just-
no, I'm AMC Movie Pass. I pay $6. I'm good. I'm cool.
But I'm not
It depends
unlimited
what comes
access
out.
all the
Yeah, I
time.
got unlimited access.
Mandalorian, you
I get
know.
free popcorn.
You get-
I get free popcorn.
So you still going to the movies?
I go to movies every week.
Me too.
Every
I
single week.
don't say
I'm
go
going
every
tonight.
week, but it's important for me to go and get
If this runs until 8:30, I will walk right out of this interview.
Go
Go
see.
see Terminator Dark
This will
Fate.
not run
Oh,
until
yeah, I do wanna
8:30.
see
Yeah.
I still need to see Joker.
Me too.
Like I said,
Yeah, okay,
I think I might
okay.
do that tonight.
New rules, right? You get 2 weeks.
And then
After that, bro, ain't nobody keeping no secrets after that. Like, it used to be a week, but like now, like people busy and it's holidays and foster kids. But now I'm just saying, you got 2 weeks. Like, you can't be on Facebook. Like, Power, you get 2 days. Matter of fact, turn off your internet. Turn
Power.
off
no,
Facebook.
yeah, it's certain shows
For
where like
movies, for like blockbuster movies, like I'm gonna say a week. I was being too nice. You get a week.
Get
If
a
it came out Friday, we'll give
the
you,
next Thursday.
we'll give you through the weekend.
Oh,
We'll give
so
you
Monday,
through the weekend.
Tuesday.
That's harsh.
We can
Some of us are
we-
busy.
Look, because at this first of all, if it's one of our movies, you should have been out.
Oh,
over
Monday,
the
you know.
weekend
Hey, Black Panther. I was
anyway.
there Thursday night,
Okay,
homie.
Gemini, man, I was there. They weren't even done editing it. I was in editing. I was like, this is nice. I like this.
I watched
You know,
Dolomite in
run
the
that
theater.
I did too. Where'd you go?
I don't know.
Oh,
Up
okay.
north? NoHo. Somewhere.
No, oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Lammy's.
I was at Alamo. You been there?
I think so. But yeah,
What's
but I
up
went the
with
night
Alamo?
before
I
it
feel
came
like
out on
we
Netflix.
Alamo's like a new, smaller theater. It's
Okay.
got full restaurant, full bar.
Where's that?
It's
Seats.
fancy.
Downtown.
Oh, it's downtown?
Fancy ass shit.
Something like that.
Everything's downtown LA now.
But it's a smaller theater, so they don't get like you don't get like so Netflix does a lot of their movies there because Netflix obviously wants to be considered for
Oscars.
For Oscars, and
Yeah.
they say, well, you guys
You got
don't
theatrical.
screen the movies, so therefore they're
Theatrical.
Like, okay, we're in theaters now.
They do it for what, like 2 or 3 weeks, right? 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
They'll do it like 2 weeks. It was like,
It's 2 weeks,
what was
I
it?
believe.
Dolomite came out on like October 4th, and then
Yeah,
it was
and it
on
was out,
Netflix
yeah.
on the
Yeah.
25th.
Yeah,
I-
like 3 weeks.
Harriet, I think they had. They had early purchase, but they didn't do an early screening. It
Okay.
came out when everything else came out, and then there was another His Dark Material or something like that. That came out like last week, and that came on Netflix this week.
Okay.
So
Oh.
yeah, so it's a cool little spot. And
Okay.
I thought that was HBO.
Oh, that is a HBO joint.
What's that?
His Dark
Dark
Materials.
based on like the.
Look, everything's on
What's
Dark
that shit
Side.
called?
I don't care. So,
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. Well, so speaking of Netflix, y'all. And if you're just tuning in, guys, we are Savage as Fuck right here. Marcus King presents Dash Comedy. I am Black Pedro. I got super producer Cassie
Cassie
Dang
Dang.
in the house. We got Mike Mizzel in the building. Mike, let them know where they can follow you one more
y'all
time.
can follow me at the weed spot on Pico and no, I'm just joking. You can follow me on all the social networks, MIKE, MIZZ. Probably see it like right here. But if you don't, it's MIKE, MIZZ, and that's on all social media networks. Follow me on there. You can find out where my shows are at. Come out, support your boy.
Get
I
out.
am freaking hilarious, and
That's what it is.
you're missing out.
That's what it is, y'all. All right, so last topic before we get out of here. And we were just speaking on Netflix, so I'm going to go ahead and just keep it on that train there. Is it Netflix or one of them? Yeah, Netflix has the skip intro feature, right?
Yeah.
Where if you're
Yes,
watching the
thank God.
show
Yeah.
For that.
and you can, as the intro starts, you can just skip the intro.
From
Boom.
the second episode on.
I thought that was brilliant.
I think you can do that on
because-
Prime now too.
Can you do it on Prime? That's great because especially watching a series.
Right.
Once you're into it,
Yeah.
you ain't got to see the opening credits every fucking time.
No,
right?
no, we
Give
know
me
that.
past, and then you try and fast forward, and sometimes you go too far.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
just-
yeah.
So now it's just skip intro.
Yeah.
Get me into the show.
Yeah.
I'm binging, baby.
Yeah.
I like that.
I do too. I
Love
wish
that.
I wish I could use that in some of my relationships.
Yeah, right.
Skip the intro.
Skip the- get right down to the-
right down to the nitty gritty.
Intro's the best part.
What's that?
The intro's the best
No,
part.
it's not. Well,
Sounds.
I mean,
You sound like a girl.
Yeah, and I'm talking about the relationship, not the bedroom.
Right.
Keep all the parts, but the relationship. Let me get past all the fake nice and pretend to be into what I'm into, and let's just get to the arguments. Let's figure it out. Let's
All
just-
your dreams or whatever. Let me
Yeah.
just see who you are.
Yeah, exactly. I say that all
You
the
ain't gonna
time.
accomplish your
Yeah,
dreams,
especially
and let's
in
just move
Hollywood,
from there.
because everybody carries a book bag in Hollywood. And I'm like, what a
What's
grown,
in-
you like 40 years old with a book bag. Like, what's in there? Like aspirations?
I have like 3 book bags
Notes.
Well, you're a girl.
She's a bag lady.
I have
For real.
lots of
But
bags.
Girls need bags.
all over.
Girls need bags because they got. I mean, you got day makeup, night makeup. You got like red carpet
Hey,
makeup.
makeup. Hilarious. All right,
Facebook
so
makeup.
skip
Facebook.
intro. Genius.
Right.
Changed Black Pedro's life. I'm a better man now, right?
Yeah.
But thanks to Seth Meyers,
What do you do?
they're coming up with this is something he a technology feature he had inserted into his most recent comedy special on
Okay.
Netflix.
Oh yeah.
It's a skip politics button, like skip political talk jokes
We are
button.
So soft.
Come on, bro. Okay, I didn't.
So soft, bro. Can you imagine? Like, hey, skip all the stuff you don't want to hear. Was that the point of comedy? That's the point of comedy of the comedian's job is to talk about the shit that you can't talk about. A good comedian will talk about it will put it package it in a way that everybody can take something away from it. But the whole premise of comedy is the last real art form is to talk about the shit that everybody's talking about, so we can just get the shit on the table. So like imagine in the '60s it was like, let's skip racism, don't wanna watch that.
But you know what? You know who does that?
Oh,
Racist motherfuckers. So you know who wants to skip politics right now? Fucking Trump supporters. Because everybody's getting in your boy's ass and it hurts. I know. No Vaseline.
I feel like there's a lot of I feel like there's a lot of other people too though. Like I feel like a lot of people just don't want to.
They don't want to hear politics.
Yeah, like we're
at
watching
all.
a 4-year episode of the Presidential Apprentice,
Apprentice.
and they're just like, yo, it's like just skip,
His
like,
cabinet is getting fired.
Yeah,
fired,
that's like,
fired.
yo, let's skip that part, and then like people are just tired of it. You know what I mean? And it's like, everybody wants it to be over. Like, you know
and so for me, this raises a bunch of problems where, as a stand-up comedian, you have the freedom to do whatever the fuck you want to, but if you click onto my special, I want you to just watch the thing and just go through it with me, dog. I'm going somewhere with this. So if I'm talking about something that you don't necessarily want to hear about it, you probably need the motherfucker I'm talking to. You know what I'm saying? So I have a problem with that. We can tailor our content and watch whatever we
I
want.
wouldn't mind
But
skipping
damn,
if it wasn't funny. If it's
then
not funny.
within a show though, we're gonna start now just picking what we actually want to watch.
This is not. You know what? I'm more offended by the fact that he tried to present this shit as new technology.
As
This
new
is not
technology.
new technology.
And he also said he really just considers it another layer of joke in his special.
Bro, this is nothing but chapter headings. Remember when DVDs had that main screen?
I get that.
I'm gonna go to this part.
This scene, yeah.
That scene.
No doubt.
That's all it really was. But it's like, okay, so we're just gonna put one chapter heading in there, right in the part that you don't want to see.
The part that you don't want to
It's
hear.
like, come on, man. Like, come on. That's stupid. I mean, whatever.
If it's
Whatever.
part of it, if he admits that it's another layer of comedy, like he's just joking, I kind of get it.
Unless it takes you to an alternate menu that gives you nothing but jokes. if you skip the politics and then you're like, hey, you push the skip politics button. Let's get
Dick joke time.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
Knock knock, and
Yeah.
all you get is knock knock now,
Yeah,
because you done dumbed down yourself.
Exactly.
So now you get.
If you hit a button and it takes you out of the real comedy show and it takes you into like
Pull my finger.
Yeah, like that part, like watch me knit. You know, then I'm okay with it. But if you just
Maybe that's what the rest of it is.
if
him knitting.
over content just because people are so fucking sensitive, like hypersensitive, then I just feel like you just really gave in. You just gave in to the softness.
Yeah, Seth Meyers. I'm gonna go ahead and take it, man. You softening up the game, dog.
Yeah,
You can't give people the option to just skip politics. I mean,
Yeah.
he talks about Trump a shit ton, and I get it.
Then again, you made a valid point. If he's gonna rail on Trump and he wants to get his bread, then put the skip Trump button in there. Go ahead, bro. I support you, man. I've been changed. So if you gonna rip Trump a new one, and you still want Maggie and Margie,
You still want to pull in
and
the
them to pay for your
Mississippi's.
stuff,
Right.
put the skip Trump button in there.
Give
But
him an
call it
option.
the skip Trump button. Don't be like skip politics.
I think
Right.
it is called the skip Trump button.
No, I know I think it said politics. Let me double check. But
yeah, but whatever. It's
either
called,
way.
just put the skip Trump. I can't. Like, what if Dave Chappelle would be like, put the skip ABC people button on there? You would have missed the best part of the damn comedy show.
yeah, no, that would have been
So
it's skip politics.
You know what? I'm just like, I changed my mind again. Fuck that. Swallow this big hole.
Well, I mean, I think that's for me, this is what bothers me about this story is that it's now gonna give people almost too much control over our material. You know what I mean? It's like I'd rather you just change the channel then and just watch something else.
It'll become mandatory.
Because
then, like mandatory, like you'd be like, it was just a joke for you, but then now they be like, now it's mandatory to have a skip politics button.
Because look, because now they could reshape who you are as a comic.
Or what your children listen to.
Mind, in whatever community outreach they have, right? So let's say you have this extremely balanced set.
Yeah.
It's got a lot of politics in it,
Right.
some family stuff,
Yeah.
and some sex, right?
Yeah.
They could edit it down and skip town, and now you're just Mike Mizzel, the dick joke dude, who had, you remember that thing on your nuts that you had? Man,
That
I remember.
part.
You the
That
nuts
part.
dude with the thing.
Yeah, exactly.
And then it's like, I'm about so much more than
Exactly.
that.
And I
That
don't
was a
wanna-
3-minute thing.
Yeah,
I'm
I
like,
don't want to end up being the man rape guy.
yeah.
Like that's the guy who talks about man rape.
It's like that old Eddie Murphy joke. You're the fuck you man, right? Fuck you, Eddie. It's like, he's more than just curse words.
More than
Right?
that. And I feel like I'm like, just swallow the fucking pill whole. Because what you gonna do with the show? You gonna give everybody like little remotes, like on fucking like the Masked Singer?
Yeah.
And they all get to vote on what part you skip.
Yeah, are we gonna be at live shows now with our phone?
With our remote-
And as
yeah,
soon as
like-
we start a bit, it's like and we're like, oh, I guess we gotta move on.
This is Black Mirror. That's
People
like a
with-
Black Mirror episode.
Yeah, it's like-
Hold on.
The audience decided we can't tell that joke tonight.
Controlling us live all of a sudden.
Yeah,
I
bro, like, it gets weird, man.
I don't know if I'm so into that as an
I
artist.
don't love it. I don't love it. It's like if you're gonna put it in your mouth, put it in your mouth. Okay,
It's like, are people gonna go to art museums and be like, I only want to see this half of
yeah.
that? You know what I mean? Like
It gets weird. It gets weird.
if you're gonna step into the museum to the art space, check out what's going on. You don't like it, leave, but don't go cutting up the painting and be like, I like
Right.
this corner.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna look at that. Like that's.
So fast forward like you do porno. Damn
Yeah,
right.
I think that's the idea.
You
Is
talk
that
about
he's
skipping the
saying that
intro.
people are going
Okay.
to skip it anyway.
Yeah.
That he's just making it easier for them. But
But in making it easier, you
yeah,
kind of.
there are consequences.
Well, it's part of I think a dumbing down of America. I can see it as a commentary on it.
Yeah.
Right. It's definitely a commentary on that. But if it actually functions and people begin to use it, then it
If
actually
everybody
becomes
wants it, yeah,
a mechanism for dumbing down,
for
and
dumbing
then
down. You're
and
like-
now
Yeah,
we're
some
now,
of these white children need to hear this shit,
Yeah. Or people-
All
kids,
of them do.
period.
you know?
Period.
But they don't get to control it,
Yeah,
though.
because then now I see you at the coffee shop, and I'm like, hey, Cass, you saw the new thing, and it was so fucking good. Remember that part? You're like, nah, skip that.
Like, which version?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Like, different length specials.
Yeah, it's like Bandersnatch at this point.
It is like
"Hey,
Bandersnatch.
Which way you want to go? You want to go clean jokes?
That's exactly what it is.
You want to go clean jokes or jokes?
Yeah.
see, I ain't doing it. Goddamn, I'm telling all my jokes, and you ain't skipping shit in the Black Pedro special.
Exactly.
I don't have a special, but we're working on it.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Yeah.
Oh man, this was fun. This was a good one here today, boy.
appreciate it, man.
I really appreciate you
y'all
stopping
letting
through,
me
Mike
come chill out
Mizzel.
in the motherfucking can in the clubhouse.
Me
Hey
too.
man, no,
It's
this
fun.
was a good one, guys. Hey, thank you for tuning in. Once again, we do have a very special guest today, Mr. Mike Mizzel, comedian, actor, writer, Renaissance man. Okay, pimp on the weekends.
Yeah.
Mike Mizzel, give the people your info again. Let
Yeah.
them know if you got any live shows coming up.
Yeah,
Pub.
I'm not plugging those people on here because guess what? Fuck them. I'm just gonna plug me, and I'm Mike Mizzel, MikeMizzzel. That's on all social networks. If you haven't seen one of my shows, you playing yourself. Go over to my Instagram page. It's right there. Oh, right there.
Yeah.
And then you can just scroll down about like 3 weeks, and you'll see a whole bunch of stuff. And enjoy yourself. Yeah, you know. But I do more than just man rape. I do all rape.
Yeah, there you go. Well-rounded, universal.
Yeah.
That's what we think. You and Shang would get along quite well, man. I'm sad he
Me and
missed
Shang
it.
do get along
That would
quite
have.
well. We've,
Maybe it's like they're like the same person.
No, actually we hang out.
They're never in the
at
same
some-
room
They're
at
never
the
in the
same
same room at the
time.
same
At
time.
some of the shows, and Shane said I was funny, so I'll take that.
Shout out to Shang Forbes, man. Make sure you
We
get
love
well
you.
soon, brother. Rest up. And that goes to everybody out there. Take care of yourselves, all right? Health
Yeah.
matters out in this
Yeah.
motherfucker. So
And
take
don't put
care.
your mouth on everybody. It's flu season.
Hello? All right? Do that. Cassie Dang, any last words for today's show, not life?
No.
All right. That was
She-
hype,
she-
y'all.
the
That's
shirt speak for
way
her.
to end
I
that
just wanna
shirt,
hang
the
out with
show
my
with
dog.
energy, y'all.
She wants to get out of here and hang out with her dog.
That's what it is, y'all. Hey, we are Savage as Fuck. Make sure you tune in every Tuesday, 3 to 5 live. We're on Dash Comedy. Marcus King presents that. Also, you can check us out, vibefreetv.tv, I should say. And check us out on Facebook at Savage AF Show. That's our handle on Facebook, so get at
And
us on
Instagram,
that,
right?
y'all.
Are
And
we
on
on
Instagram,
Instagram?
it's Savage AF Radio. So make sure you follow us on all those platforms. Follow me at Black Pedro, guys. We are Savage as Fuck, and we are out. See y'all next week.